Welcome to LT Vegan Living. My name's Gary. Today we're going to be doing this blue unboxing from Amazon. Plus we're going to be cooking these vegetables for another batch cooking. What am I trying to do? Trying to find the sweet spot in my Instapots so that I don't cook the vegetable to death, but on the other hand, still retain some of the nutrients. That's what we're going to be doing in this video.
Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living!
If you're new to my channel, well, you've already subscribed, no problem. If you've subscribed to me longer than, say, a month, then you're going to need to recheck your subscription because YouTube, of course, deleted so many people. I lost 150 subscribers and I haven't had a chance yet to tell people that I've lost them. Some people are coming back of their own accord, and I appreciate your support. So please, just check to see if you're subscribed. Don't forget to put the little bell in so you'll know when a new video of mine is coming out. Thanks again for your support. Okay, so let's get started. So this is another Instapot that I purchased from Amazon.com. And if you watched the last video, I did everything out of my 6-quart Instapot. Well, this time, since I'm using the Instapot more regularly for my batch cooking, I decided to buy an 8-quart. Upside down. So this is the Duo Multi-Cooker, delicious one-pot meal, 70% faster. I know that's true because my 6-quart, just for me, for small meals, works perfectly. 13 one-touch cooking programs, easy to release switch for fast steam release, dishwasher safe, and cooking pot and lid. All right, I wash my lid in my sink because I'm really careful of the seal. And I do put the stainless steel pot in the dishwasher. But in the end, you still have to wash it by hand because what's gonna happen is it's gonna get this inner layer of food, and the only way you can clean it is with a lemon. All right, so let's open it up. That's kind of cute. Okay. We've got a Get Starting book, a Be Safe book, and this Discover Amazon. Yeah, okay. We'll look at that later. Piece of cardboard. Ah, I must have it upside down, or maybe not. Maybe it's designed that way. There's the lid, packing lid. Trying to find the handles. There they are. And here it is. And nothing down here. So I'm just going to put the packing lid back in. Close everything up. If I can remember that. I'll hold on to this box for like 30 days. And then when I come back, it's going to go into the garbage or in recycling. This here, let's see, looks a little bit different than my old one. I purchased my 6-quart in 2017 when I became vegan because I realized that I needed to learn batch cooking to be able to stay on a vegan diet and lose weight. Take this off. Got a brand new seal. More paperwork in here. Oh, it's got the steaming basket. I've bought a better one since then, but this is nice. The lid has its own cover, which is nice. That way it doesn't get scratched up. Another piece of paper on the bottom saying Make sure your eating element is free from grease. Yeah, well, that is important. I'll put all this paperwork over here. And then see how easy it is. Oh yeah, it's fairly easy to take care of. It's got a lot over here. A lot to learn in all different ways. I'm even going to try to make bread in this puppy. Okay, that's coming soon. All right, so on here, seal is on the very top of this one. And if you like it to vent, there, I just saw it. So here, so I'll just show it to you closely. Let's see, can you see this? Okay, so here it is. In the past, you would have had to depress that. You've seen me do that. In this system, you just press that and that releases the steam. And this is holding the steam in. Okay? All right. So I'm going to wash this up and then I'm going to cook these various vegetables for 1 minute this time. And as soon as it is finished, I'm going to release the steam. And this is the way Dr. McGregor cooks his vegetables. I'm going to try out this system. In the past video, what I did is I cooked it for 2 minutes and left it in there for 2 additional minutes before I vented the steam. We're not doing that. The vegetables, though they were delicious, they were very, very well cooked. I don't ever throw away any of the extra liquid. I use it in different things, in different dishes. All right, so let's get started. So in the next minute, you're gonna see is all this will be organized in individual bowls, ready to be placed in here. And also I'll pull out the 6-quart too, so we can get this moving along. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay. It's helpful if it's facing forward. What I stuck in here is 2 cups of water for the cauliflower. Once it goes on, we're going to pressure cooker there. We're going to bring it down to 1 minute. Now cauliflower takes 2 minutes to cook normally. We're going to do this 1 minute. We're going to leave it alone, and as soon as it buzzes, we're going to pull it out. Now this one over here, see, it's already starting. CV on. Okay, this one over here I cooked for 8 minutes because I was cooking whole carrots and Brussels sprouts. I didn't even cut them in half or anything. I just put them in after I washed them. It has to finish. As a matter of fact, we should pull the steam out of it right now. Did you hear that? That's the lock dropping. Once that happens, you can open this up, let the liquids fall in, put this in a safe place so nobody gets burnt. Now let's see if it worked. Get a fork. I deliberately wanted to cook these a little bit longer because I'm going to be making some type of bread with these Brussels sprouts. They're perfect. See how they went in? These carrots are perfect. Okay, this is all ready to, we're just going to let it undo. Over here, we just have to wait. It'll come to pressure and then it'll turn itself off at 1 minute. Then we'll release the steam right away and then we'll check the vegetables. In this one, what we had is a little bit of carrots that didn't fit in the original pot, some frozen vegetables, frozen potatoes, and I added a couple of button portobellos. It's just basically also same thing. It's going to go for 1 minute. It's going to help defrost this so I can use it next week. And this one over here, we have strictly the cauliflower. We still have broccoli to cook, a little bit of asparagus, which we'll be mixing in with green beans. So we'll see which one this gets done before. All right, so this one is fairly easy. What you do is you put you face this cover in front of you. The water is already in there. plug it in. See, now it says, okay, that's the front. Locks it in. It's in the center. And what we're going to do is we're going to press manual. This one's easier. That's the last time I cooked it. We're going to go down to 1 minute. And that's it. And then we continue our experiment. Okay, and it should say on any minute now. See, there, it says on right there. So it's starting the cycle right now. And this one is already on. So we're going to see what happens next. It just ended right now, so I'm going to unplug it. And it's got this new feature. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see the top there. Mine doesn't, the other one doesn't have that. Where you just press this. There, the lock dropped. If you open it, same as before, move it to a safe area. I can already tell you by just looking at it, it's ready. You see? That's 1 minute. Okay, so now what we're going to do is transfer this, just like I have with the other ones here. I have the banana and I have the Brussels sprouts. We're going to transfer the cauliflower, and we're going to cook the broccoli next. Another test of 1 minute. I think this is actually the perfect time. You notice these green things? I used to throw that away. And one time I gotta listen to Dr. Michael McGregor, and he said those things are edible. Every part of the cauliflower plant can be eaten. I did my homework, tested it out, and now it's part of my regular eating. Things you learn. You just have to be open to it. Okay? Next, the broccoli and 1 Brussels sprout. All the vegetables have been cleaned. Don't ever want to wash, well, don't want to cook vegetables that aren't clean. You have the water. 2 cups. Then cover, face this forward to you. You get used to your tools, but you have a good way of figuring it out. Like that. Then you unplug it back in. It's off now. We're gonna press your cooker. It's already at 1 minute. It's ready to go. We wait a few minutes, it'll turn on. Ooh, cauliflower. And it's starting the process right away. We'll show it to you when we come back. All right, so that means we're still working on the 1 minute there. We're still on 1 minute there. What we're gonna do on this one, we're gonna do something a little different. We're going to unplug it because it reached 1 minute, and we're going to press the lever. Let me show you where that's at, and turn this sideways so you can see it. This has got the broccoli in it. small one's done. Now this is the locking plate right here. And it goes down. Did you see that? Yeah. There, it just went down. So then, that means you can unlock this, same as before, pick it up, move it to a safe area, and let's test it. And I can tell you, it looks cooked. As a matter of fact, you can see it. All right, so then you just take a fork, and it goes easily inside. So that means less than a minute, you keep all your nutrients. They're still nice and green instead of gray looking or whatever. And this way you have plenty. Now you see the food I've got here so far? I got cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and then the carrots. And then I have the broccoli here, and I have a few extra vegetables that I cooked last week, which I'm incorporating in this week. Now we're gonna let everything cool down now, and then what we're gonna do is package it. Just a clean bowl on the bottom. We rinse this off. And that's what's left. Almost, you can almost see that it's almost a cup. Let's measure it for fun. I lost a little bit there. And it's at a little bit less than 2 cups. So this is really the best way to be able to keep your vegetables green, full of water, ready for you to eat. All right, now we're gonna let everything cool, and then we're gonna do the next batch. So now the last thing now that I want to pressure cook is my squash. Green and yellow squash. Now this is not the same as butternut squash or acorn squash, which has a much higher calorie content. This is going to be very much like a vegetable. I'm going to slice it up. I'm going to put it in the Instapot, the new one, the 8-quart, exactly the same as all the other ones. I'm going to cook it when it says 1 minute, then I'm going to drop it down, and I think it's going to be just like the rest of the vegetables, perfectly cooked. We've been thinking that we've been needing, the directions for this says to cook vegetables like this for 2 to 3 minutes. There's no need to do that. Why lose those nutrients? This is what this is all about. Keeping the nutrients in your body. Well, in this case, in the plant. All right, that's what we're doing next. All right, when you do this, I'm cooking here my greens, my spinach, my beet greens, any type of greens, and you put tomatoes on top like that. If you don't poke them, they'll blow up in there. Not a big deal, but something to think about. Okay, this one's almost ready. It's on, as you can see. No, you can't see it. Right there, you can see it. On. Okay, also, when you do this, it takes longer for the pot to come because you're over the 2 inches. You really should leave at least 2 inches on the bottom, but it's gonna squash down because it's mostly water. So then, I already put 2 cups of water in there. And now I'm putting the lid. So, this is the back, this is the front. I just have no luck putting this on, but let's see if I can do it today. Okay, then you plug it in. Remember, we're not even leaving it in there for a minute anymore. And then we just press pressure cooker. It's at 1, it's on its way. Okay, so there, it's at 1, it's starting the countdown. When it says, actually it shouldn't say that at all. There, now it's at on. It's starting to count down. This one here is also on. It's starting to count down. So in a few minutes, I'll come back and I'll show you the squash and the leaves and tomatoes, and then we'll let everything cool, and then we'll package it. All right, it just finished. Unplug it, do the auto clean. All right, the pin just dropped. Once the pin drops, you can, no, that was the other one. This one is still going. Yes. And just release the liquids from the cap, put this in a safe place. You can see it's not all the way to the top anymore. It's cooked. Take your fork, you always double check. Stick it in, it goes right through. You know it. So that's it. 1 minute. Gets to the 1 minute mark, zap. Take it off, take all the steam out. This keeps all of your nutrients, everything. I've said that several times during this video. That's why we're doing this. This is my new way of cooking. Now we let it cool down and we parse it out. Now why do I do this? I'm trying to get back to my 200-pound and maybe even go further, maybe even go in the 190s. And I eat well, but unless I watch what I eat and batch cook, I can overeat. Or I can eat the wrong foods, or I could eat Oreo cookies, which you know from my podcast isn't that healthy. I can give myself all kinds of excuses. But if I take a plastic freezer bag and I weigh it, and I have 1 pound of vegetables 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I lose weight. And that doesn't mean that I don't eat starch. It's not just vegetable. It's just that I'm careful with my starch. And when I reach 100, let's say 200 pounds, when I reach my goal weight of 200 pounds, then if I start noticing I'm losing more weight, I can either allow that, or I just can increase my starch, or I can start eating bread again. I can eat other things. But a lot of people go on the vegan diet to lose weight. This is a surefire method to make it work. You do have to get used to eating vegetables at breakfast. That took me a little bit of time to get done. Once I did it, it was easy. Okay, so it's real easy. I'm gonna do a couple bags to show you, and then I'll show you the end results. So what I do is I I don't even bother marking them, because in 2 weeks they'll be gone. I make enough for 2 weeks of breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Okay, so then what I do is I start it off. In this case, I'm putting some of the yellow and green squash, and I'm putting a couple green beans and some cauliflower and some Brussels sprouts. This over here in this little container is leaves. In this case, beet leaves. Here is some broccoli, some carrots. They're all sticking to the fork. I'll give myself 2 potatoes, that's my starch, a mushroom, and I have a little bit here on the end of the roll. And then let's see, like this? That might not be even 16 ounces. Let's find out. And it's 12. And from here I leave this on, and then I start choosing what I'm missing, or what I can have more of. So this over here is squash. And I have to be careful with this squash, because this is a lot. It's okay. Then I'm going to put in some stems, mushroom stems. I just love mushroom stems. And I'm going to give myself some more carrots. And I'm going to give myself more broccoli. That brought it to 15 ounces. And then a giant Brussels sprout. And that's 1 pound and 1/4, and that's fine. Then what I do is I seal it down, lay it down so that it's like this, and I lay it in the freezer on its back. And then when I'm ready to eat it, it's all ready for me. Here, let me show you what I'm eating tonight. These are frozen from the last video. These are hard. See? And what I do is I have one for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This morning I had oatmeal because I wasn't prepared. I wasn't feeling well. I had overdone it at yoga last night. I had a great time. Well, it's well worth going. But I took a different approach. This time, I'm at the point where I'm doing so well at 209 pounds right now. I want to be able to lose 9 more pounds. That's probably going to take me a month. But before you know it, I'll lose that pound and I'll be a lot trimmer. Because I shouldn't add this stuff around my stomach or these love handles around my body. It's a fat that's killing us. And there's sometimes I get bored of it. And I keep on remembering myself, I want to get to that 200 pounds. I want to be able to get there. Because every time I cheat, one meal I can put on 5 pounds the next day. Because your body says, yay, I finally got some fat. I finally got some decent food. You've been only feeding me vegetables. Still, then you have to go back and redo that other week that you've totally blown because you cheated that one night. Well, if you just stayed on your diet for 1 month out of 12 months, not really that hard, then you get to your goal and you stay at that level. And it's a matter of experimenting. Everybody's body is different. All right, I'm gonna get off my high horse, I'm gonna get these done, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So each of these rows are 6 bags, which basically 2 days. So 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, it's not quite 2 weeks. There was always a learning curve on this. And last time I ran the Instapot like 5 or 6 times. This time I was changing the way the parameters were. I didn't buy as many vegetables as I normally do. But still, it's all 1 pound. And if some days I decide to have oatmeal with fruit in the morning, that extra bag can go for a little bit further. And that's what I'm slowly starting to do now. I'm slowly integrating my fruits into my morning breakfast. Thank you so much for watching us in all our endeavors. We're going to try to put out a lot more things coming up in the future. We hope to see you soon in our next video. Bye-bye now. Where are the dogs? Well, one is right here next to my, there's Joy Joy. Joy Joy. And TJ is coming in. Hi TJ, are you ready to eat? Yes, vegetable and dog food. You guys can't wait for me to eat, right? Wag your tail. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Is Joy Joy a good girl?